Palomino 1s, Palomino 3s. 1s, 3s, 1s, I don't know, man. I really can't decide.
Bro, you know what you gotta do.
Not again, man. I don't wanna.
I don't make the rules.
What's up, VK family? We appreciate you for joining us on another early review on Vital's YouTube channel with Mr. IH Productions behind the camera, as we always do. Today, we'll be talking about the very early pair of Palomino 3s that are set to release on August 19th of this year. Now, even though this isn't an original colorway, or matter of fact, it's not something we even asked for, I think once we start diving into these details, talking about some of the extra things that it comes with, some of the extra premium love that Jordan Brand put into it, you might start to like them. I get it, it's not an OG colorway. I'm gonna give it off the bat. It doesn't have Nike Air on the back, but I think we are gonna come to like this, especially when it comes to the summer and the fall seasons coming up, right? But that being said, guys, I don't wanna hold us back from diving into it, so let's get it. So if you've been watching us for a minute now, you know exactly where we're at. Today, we're doing our second early review in Vital Chinatown, Chicago's newest luxury streetwear boutique. And at this point, we're 3 weeks old, maybe 3 weeks and like 2 days old, and we've grown a lot. We've had a lot of new things added to the space. Our Instagram has grown, which we're gonna put right there. So definitely follow and keep up with everything that we do. But really, in just 3 weeks, we've really made an impression on the community and the rest of the streetwear culture. So I'm excited to see where it goes over the next few months and over the next few years. My team has really been developing as well, so I'm super excited. That being said, guys, make sure you dive back into some of the old videos so that you can watch those vlogs of how this space developed and how it came to be what it is. All right, because today we're just gonna see this. If you want to see the rest, you're gonna have to watch those vlogs, all right? But enough about that, guys. No more updates coming from me. Let's see this box. Hey, yo. Starting off with the box like we always do. Now, if you've been watching our reviews, you know I'm a sucker for special boxes, and we are getting one with the Palomino 3s. All right, as you can see, we do get a regular Jordan 3 box, but they added some different flavors onto it. Right here, this is actually not a white. You're gonna get like this beigeish tan. Actually, I'll read the box code next. This is called Light or Wood, with a Palomino brown Jumpman on it, which pops. And then of course, the elephant print is what is always standard when it comes to Jordan 3s. And this time we have the Light or Wood brown with the Palomino brown on top of it as well. All right, so you're hearing me say brown a lot. This box and also the sneaker has 3 different types of browns, which is why I kept saying it's gonna go crazy with all the fall tones that are that is about to come up in the next season. Although this is the summer collection of Jordan in 2023, we already know when it comes to the tans, the beiges, the nude colors, the browns, that's what's been hot in the culture for quite a few years now, and that hasn't changed in 2023, right? So just to read the box for you, the color coding is gonna be light or wood brown, metallic gold, you'll see where that is on the sneaker, regular or wood brown, and then of course Palomino brown, right? So that being said, let's look at these details. Starting off with the sock liner and working our way down, we don't get a special material. This is still gonna be a nylon sock liner. However, it is going to be in that Palomino brown to contrast that different light or wood brown right below it. So I think that's a pretty cool touch just by the colorway. Taking a look at the insole, the entirety of it is that exact same brown, but you're gonna notice a slight difference. And I actually kind of prefaced this at the beginning when I was talking about Jordan putting some love and premium touches. As you can see, this is not a regular Jumpman on the insole. Instead, it's gonna be that metallic gold, and this time it has a circle around it that says Air Jordan Flight Club. I don't think there's too much of a story around that. I've seen the Flight Club word used a few times, especially when it comes to Jordan 4s, but really cool to see that new little logo on the insole. Working our way down, the first panel right at your heel is gonna be in that light or wood brown with the perforated holes as well. Now, usually when it comes to 3s, this is gonna be a leather material, but this feels kind of like short-haired suede, if not a nubuck, but pretty premium in my opinion. And I think that's cool because it definitely contrasts that nylon Palomino brown sock liner. Immediately below that, you're gonna see the rest of the uppers. Now, the colorway is possibly another light or wood brown, but it's more of a beige, so I don't think they actually described it on the box. But what's most unique about the rest of the uppers is not the color that contrasts all the different browns on it, but instead, it's gonna be the very unique material. As Mr. IH Production dives into the close-up B-roll, you'll see that this isn't a regular suede or a nubuck. Instead, this is kind of something in between, where I do feel the hairs, so it is giving me somewhat of a suede vibe, but it's much harder than any other suede that I felt. So as you run your fingers across it, you're not gonna get that same smooth finish. Instead, you're gonna get some resistance, almost like sandpaper. But I believe as you wash it, that suede, and as you clean the sneaker, that suede feel will really start to come out if you don't like the hardened suede. But I think they did that just to switch it up a little bit. We have quite a few nubuck 3s. We have quite a few suede 3s. So they just kind of combined some new materials and made that happen. But listen guys, you already know we look forward to your interaction every video. So if anyone has these early, or maybe if you get them on release date, or if you like them so much after this review that you shop on vitalkicks.shop and get them super early, let us know how they feel in hand, right? Is this a material that you like really hate and despise? Like, why they switch it up? Give us our suede 3s. That is the OGs. That's all we want, right? I totally get it. I'm kind of an OG head myself. Or is it like, hey, I appreciate this switch up. It does feel quite premium still. And maybe, now that I'm slowing down and thinking about it, maybe these are more water resistant. You guys already know when it comes to suede Jordans, it rains once out there, they look completely different from where it ever began, right? But these, I believe, are a little bit more water resistant, so it might do better in terms of wear and tear. That being said, this lighter beige color doesn't exist on many other parts of the sneaker, except its back heel tab, and we'll get there in a second, and the single pair of laces that it comes with, right? We don't get an extra pair of laces for this one, unfortunately. But by having those two colors exist on just a few panels, all of the other Palomino and Orwood browns really come to pop. All right, let's make our way to the tongue. As we take a close up on the tongue, you're gonna notice the same thing as many other Jordan 3s. You do have that perforated holes moving up to the embroidered Jumpman. The only thing different here is gonna be the material and the colors, right? Again, just like that panel right below the ankle, this is going to be that short-haired suede, and it feels very premium. This time, the tongue is gonna come in a light Orwood brown with a gold Jumpman embroidered. Like we read on the box code, there is metallic gold, and that's gonna be your first hit. A second hit of the metallic gold is seen in the eye stays where the laces are held, at least in the front. Though it's pretty subtle and not too noticeable, I personally like that touch because I really like gold, as you can see by certain things, and I think it just makes the rest of the sneaker pop. And the final hit of metallic gold on the uppers is gonna come in that Jumpman Air on the back. As we said at the beginning, unfortunately we don't get a Nike Air, but again, this isn't an OG colorway, so I don't think people are gonna be too upset. We just gotta start to accept that they're gonna only put those on OG colorways, or maybe one pair that they really wanna push heavy throughout the year. I think we're getting desensitized to the Jumpman Air. At the end of the day, the sneaker looks awesome, right? And I think that's what we focus on. But that being said, the gold touches across the whole sneaker really just draw a different attention to this sneaker, a more premium, luxury look, in my opinion. All right, so let's wrap up these uppers because there's really only one more detail to talk about that comes standard in every single Jordan 3, or at least most Jordan 3s that people actually want, and that's gonna be this elephant print. Again, the elephant print feels very similar to any other elephant print that you might have with the short-haired suede and then this harder leathery material on it. The colorway is what's gonna be unique here. On the back panel, the eye stays leading up to the top, and then of course all around the toe box, which is probably the most visible one, you're gonna get that Palomino brown elephant print contrasted with that light Orwood, similar to the box. That in itself is fire because I don't think we've had too many elephant prints with the brown. I think I remember one pair of 3s that dropped last year that were all black with brown elephant print, but there were different hits of orange and different colors on it. And though they're cool, I think this together is way more cohesive. When you have metallic browns, light Orwood, Palomino browns, they just really put a lot of love into combining these colors. And again, with the fall season coming around, you really can't go wrong with this. Okay, let's make our way down to the midsole and finish up this review. As you guys can see with the midsole, majority of it going around the whole sneaker is going to look kind of similar to the rest of the uppers when it comes to that light beige, but I argue it's not the same color. Hopefully you guys can see that contrast a little bit on the camera, but I think this is gonna be closer to a sail, right? We haven't seen too many sail midsoles because they've been kind of reverting back to the all-white OG look, at least with a lot of retros. So it's not bad to see it on this pair, especially again, because it makes it really cohesive with all the different earth tones. The strongest hit of color on this sneaker, like most other Jordan 3s, is gonna come in this wraparound panel around the heel. This time in a dark Palomino brown, which really contrasts the rest of the sneakers, and any other Palomino brown hits on the uppers really pop along with this on the midsole. When it comes to the air wear unit, I know sometimes Jordan Brand mixes up the color, but this time we get a white bubble. Finally, when looking at the outsole, again, we're gonna see many contrasting different earth tones. I think they tried to do the same colors as its uppers, but because the materials are different, it just inherently looks like another brown. So we might have named that there's actually 3 different browns, but when you take a step back and really analyze the sneaker, it looks closer to like 8 different types of browns. Check it out. Majority of the outsole is gonna be in that same type of beigeish. I believe they were looking to match the rest of its uppers. However, again, because of that material, it just looks slightly different, all right? It's kind of like a grayish brown if you wanna think about it that way. This is only contrasted on the outsole with 2 hits of dark Palomino brown, with the Jordan logo here, and also this panel near the toe box. Finally, to wrap it up and just give it an extra hit of contrast, we see that sail hit once again. And so that is it on our early review of the Palomino 3s that are set to release on August 19th. I hope you guys really enjoyed seeing the details up close and just hearing about the many different combinations to make this a cohesive sneaker. That being said, guys, make sure you drop in the comments below what is your favorite detail about these sneakers and maybe what is the worst thing that you actually really don't like about these sneakers, right? I think we always need to make that decision when it comes to any new pair that's gonna come out. All right, so all that being said, guys, you already know how we end these reviews. It is going to end with the Vitals rating out of 10, with 10 being the best, all right? So when it comes to the Palomino 3s, I talked a lot about how Jordan Brand definitely paid this a lot of love, right? They didn't just pump out another colorway. They gave us a special box, they gave us some premium materials, they added some new flavors and touches to it, so I think these are really cool, and they did put some thinking into it. But to be honest, my rating out of 10 is going to be a 7.5 or a 7.5 out of 10, all right? And I think it's like a B- or a C+. I don't know, the school system changes it all the time, right? That's not a bad rating, but it's hard for me to give it something above that just because of my previous ratings when it comes to some OG colorways, and you guys already know I'm gonna value the OGs way above any new colorway. But I think when it comes to the release date, I might cop these, I'll make a game time decision, but in terms of early pairs, I'm okay, right? To be honest, right? Because I think there's so many different brown flavors in the game right now. Unless you really, really like 3s and it's your favorite silhouette, you have some options. So that's why I'm rating it at 7.5. It definitely doesn't mean I don't want them. I think I'll just see by the time they come out whether it's something I need or not. That being said though, these have been moving out of Vital Chinatown, so lots of people feel differently and they're like, hey, we need them now. And I get that too, because it's a little eye-catching, especially on a Jordan 3. That being said, Mr. IH Productions, what is your rating of these bad boys?
I gotta give these a 9.4.
Really? Wow, that's pretty high. That's super high, actually. That might be probably like the highest rating you've given sneakers. I don't know. Watch the old videos, you'll see. But why so high?
I like the colorway.
Yeah?
And I think I could put a fit with that for sure.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like I said, there's so many different earth tones nowadays, like you can't go wrong with any one of them. It works. If you wear all 3 earth tones, 5 earth tones, it'll still work, right? So really cool, really cool. We found a pair that Mr. IH Productions really likes, okay? So that being said, guys, whether you were more with me on a 7.5 or more with him on a 9.4, or you're like, you guys are idiots and they should be a 2, leave some comments and definitely interact with us, all right? But that being said, guys, you already know we appreciate you. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see our next early review or vlog about Vital Chinatown. And we'll catch you on the next video, VK family.